My apartment burned down, family chat went silent, then they announced steak night. I packed my kids' toys and left town. A week later, they tried to borrow my GoFundMe. The night my apartment burned down, I learned how loudly a silence can ring. It was a Thursday at the end of February, one of those brittle cold nights when the air in the hallway felt like a hospital waiting room, too bright, too clean, and made of recycled air. I'd come home from a late shift with my 4-year-old Mia, already asleep in her car seat. Her stuffed bear, Mr. Cloud, hung by an ear from her fist, the way he always did when she'd fallen asleep mid-story. I carried her up the stairs, 2 flights that creaked under every footstep, the way they had since we moved into that tired building last summer. I remember thinking I should ask the landlord, again, about the outlet near the kitchen that sparked when you looked at it funny. I remember thinking I'd ask him tomorrow because my eyes were sand and my spine was a question mark. I remember the calm before the stupid, simple, everyday variables combine into a catastrophe you'll replay in your head like a security cam loop. I put Mia down. I reheated half a bowl of chili, the kind that tastes like a Band-Aid when it's been in the fridge too long, and I stood by the sink scrolling the group chat labeled Family 24/7, a name none of us could say without an eye roll. My brother Evan had sent a photo an hour earlier. His new grill on the patio, glossy and stainless, like a spaceship that makes you steaks instead of taking you to Mars. There were 13 heart reacts and 1 yum from my mom, Karen, who always typed like a teenage girl lost inside her own emojis. I let the phone go dark on the counter and spooned chili into my mouth, burning the roof and deciding that was that. Toothbrush, face wash, bed. Tomorrow, I'd ask Mr. Doyle about the outlet. I promised myself I would. Mia coughed once in her sleep. I tiptoed in, pulled the blanket up to her chin, and smoothed her hair. She dreamed the way kids do, full-bodied, limbs thrown wide, confident the world would catch them. I turned to go. And the smoke alarm chirped. Once, twice. The third time wasn't a chirp, it was a scream, and behind it a smell like pennies in a toaster. I pivoted. The wall behind the cheap TV stand looked wrong, as if the paint had gone oily. Then it burped a ribbon of dark smoke that rose, thickening. Everything that happened after is both a blur and a frame by frame. I grabbed Mia. I grabbed Mr. Cloud. I yelled, "Fire!" the way you're supposed to. But I was already down the hall toward the stairs, the alarm stomping on my heartbeat. The neighbor's door swung open, and Mr. Patel's eyes went saucer-wide. The kind of honest shock that says the world you were in a second ago is gone. I don't remember locking the door. I don't remember finding my keys. I remember cold air that stung my lungs like it was chewing them.